Oh my God, your poor dad.
Clap for you, baby.
I'll do the lowest one. Do you want to be the mediumest one, Paige?
I should probably be the highest one.
All right. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Welcome back to your poor dad.
You can't choose your sisters, but you can choose your podcast.
I don't know
really
what it. Hold on, let's try that again.
That was really funny. All right.
Wait.
Are you going lowest?
We're gonna
I'm
say
lowest.
welcome back to your poor dad.
Welcome.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, give us a countdown. Okay,
5. Sorry, now I have too much breath in my mouth. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Welcome back to your poor dad. You can't choose your sisters, but you can choose your podcast.
You can't be the lowest. You're supposed to be the middle.
I'm just talking in my middle voice.
Okay, I'll do the.
Okay, well, she'll do. Let's do it one more time.
Wait, was I supposed to be lowest?
No.
I'm supposed to be lowest.
Do what you did.
Okay.
All right. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Welcome back to your poor dad. You can't choose your sisters, but you can choose your podcast. So thank you for joining us and being the fourth branch sister.
Yeah, I just was gonna stop.
I like that Bailey was like this.
I was
Welcome
trying to
back.
get lower.
Welcome back to your poor dad. You cannot choose your sisters, trust me, but you can choose your podcast. Again, trust me. So thank you for joining us again. For being the fourth branch sister.
That was good.
I think this week we definitely need the love of some extra sisters.
Yeah, and you know what? Here's the thing. Let's just get it. Can I? May I?
Sure. I mean, go for it.
I'm sorry.
I accept your apology.
I have overloaded myself, and it's clear because you guys are mad. I've read the DMs.
Well,
I've seen the comments.
I think all of us are mad.
No, actually,
Okay,
first of all,
can I just finish?
You can
Okay.
finish.
I can
Go for
literally never finish anything.
Okay, go on.
That's what she
Clearly,
said.
that's
Go on.
why I haven't finished editing the episode. So I promise I'm going to do better. And we're coming up with processes to where, like, if one thing, because right now I'm editing it and doing the social stuff. So, like, we're coming up with a way to where we can spread that out a little bit. Because if one thing in my life comes up, like, shoot, have a birthday, my whole life just falls apart.
How dare you?
And we need to build our lives to where, like, we can have birthdays and, like, trips and, you know.
Well, before I completely have your back, I just have to say, like, honestly, your birthday only comes one time a year. So, like, you know, it's like not an everyday kind of thing. However, that being said, as the protective sister, anyone coming for you, I'll come for them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But then also as the behind closed doors, you'll let us have it. Don't worry, guys. She's...
Yeah, no. Like, I'm always going to let you have it, but I'm always going to have your back.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, actually, you know what? This might be a good time for me to ask if any fourth branch sisters out there have an expertise in editing podcasts or anything podcast related of that nature.
Come forward. Show yourselves.
Please show yourselves. Write in at yourpoordad@gmail.com.
We'd love to hear from you.
We need your help because
I will personally pay you.
Well, I was
going
gonna say
offer you an unpaid internship.
I will personally pay you.
Okay, you heard it here from the oldest sister.
But here's just, you know, let me like, what's it called? Take the veil off.
Okay.
Show you behind the curtain.
Ooh,
Ooh, you want to peek behind the curtain?
risque.
So we all work full time, and I think we're all trying to have a life, because if we don't have,
barely trying to have a life.
okay.
Speak for yourself.
And I'm also doing some things on the side, and then also my passion project is my podcast, and that is my
Our podcast.
right, our podcast.
This podcast.
I would love for this podcast to be my number one job in the world for me. So that's the goal. And we're going to start moving towards those goals because we have the listeners. We have the fourth branch sisters. And how are we supposed to ask you guys to recruit new sisters if we're not even giving you content? So we get it. I'm here. I apologize. I hear you. I see the DMs. Trust me, it eats me alive. I'm sitting here trying to like run a little business and also run a little business, and then also run a little business.
Run a little business all over the town.
Yeah. So anyways.
So obviously the other two sisters, me and Bailey, we need to find some slack that we can pick up for you.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to be figuring out. But truly, if you guys already have the experience, please let me know, because I will train myself.
But we'd like to.
But but it's going to take me a little bit of time.
And we need a
so
buffer.
like if you know it, yourpoordad@gmail.com.
Yeah.
So anyways, but also cut my oldest sister some slack, because
but not too much slack. I want you guys to be honest with me. That's what being a sister's for.
yeah, we appreciate the honesty, but like also back off just a little bit, because she had a little breakdown today.
But and you know what? Like, aren't my breakdowns so funny?
Well, no. But what I will say is, like, I think that we're going to be so much closer to our fourth branch. Like,
Right, because they know what we're going.
They're really going to feel
in the
a
front lines.
sister relationship this episode, because like today was a trying day with you.
Well, what I liked about today was that I called you and I had a completely different experience than Paige had with you previously. Because I called you and I was talking about Hank and like taking care of him, and very normal conversation. Everything was fine. And then I got home and Paige was like, Jade is so stressed. And I was like, everything was fine with me. Like, you were just, it was.
I compartmentalize my stress.
So you're only taking it out on
because Paige was trying to talk about podcast stuff, and it was stressing me out because I hadn't edited the podcast yet, and I also have another task for the podcast. So I was like trying not to stifle her creativity.
No, I'm talking about my first call with you when we were talking about not podcast things. We're just like talking, and then you out of nowhere you go, and Bailey needs to take these bar stools. She needs to and I was like, wait, what the hell is she talking about? And then you bring the FaceTime and you show the black bar stools that we had loaned you.
Yeah.
For a little bit, because you had no furniture.
I still have no chairs.
And
so it was very nice of us to lend you them.
So like
you have a car.
Also, you could take the bar stools.
But also like, you are the one that comes here every week.
Like you could bring them. You were just like, and Bailey, because like I don't know when it was like decided that it was like Bailey's decision. Because
Bailey brought them over.
Because you didn't have anything for us to
say.
Okay,
can we move on?
Well, I was just saying the moment you said that, I was like, oh, today's a day. Because like the bar stools are. So then my second call about the podcast stuff, I was like, maybe this is gonna like
make me happy.
Take it out of it. It didn't.
I know.
And
I felt bad because I don't want to stifle your creativity,
because I had some good ideas.
Because you did, but like I just couldn't. You couldn't hear it. I wasn't in a receiving space, and I should have been more honest with you at the beginning, because I wanted to riff with you, but like it just wasn't there.
And that's okay. We can try again, because I have that document saved.
Because then I got like fixated on the saving of the pictures,
which was so weird, because I was like, they're in this one document,
and I was like, okay, we're getting really insular, but yeah,
basically. Jade's had a day.
But like I'm feeling better.
Thank God. Cheers to that, everybody.
But I think it's funny how we both handle stress differently. Like you get loud and I get fixated on one thing that's like not related.
Yeah, I get loud and specific. And the main thing with you, and I know you're gonna hate when I say this, but like,
what?
Facts are facts. You get the same tone in your voice that like mom gets. You know what I mean? So it's like, even if
I knew that was coming before you even said it.
Like, even if I call you, like, if I'm not relating to your stress in any way, shape, or form, if I just happen to call you, I hear that tone in your voice and I'm like, fuck, I gotta get off of this phone call.
But also you too.
Oh,
I can tell if I like walk into your office, there's a aura that I'm walking into. It's like dense and it's like, I actually did.
Wait, you're actually the only one that doesn't take on mom.
Probably not. Maybe I'm dad. I just go away.
Dad doesn't go away. Dad stresses out like Paige does.
I was gonna say me and dad are a lot more similar, because we have more of like the outburst, and then we have the more intense outbursts, and then we're quicker to
They're like
get
a
over
tornado. It's like
Yeah.
it comes through really destructive and fast, and then you just are left, and then
And then we feel so much better, and it's like, okay,
It's
cool.
like a
Like,
release.
what
Whew, the
what can I
sun
do to
comes
make you feel
out.
better?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was so mean to you. Like, yeah, like it's so it's.
Dad would say the meanest shit to me, like when I was living there. Like, oh my god, like just I don't even want to repeat it, but
You're making him sound like the devil.
No.
I can't even possibly repeat it right now.
no, I'm thinking about when I broke up with Colorado boy, and like Dad was
When you broke up with him.
Delusional.
when I got broken up with, and like I'm like sitting there crying, and Mom's like relating it, and Dad's like the guy that's like, wait, what? Wait, what? Like asking so many questions, and me and Mom were getting so annoyed with him. We were just like, why aren't you understanding what's going on? She's like heartbroken. He's like, well, shit, she talks to all these guys. I don't know who the fuck she's talking to. And
I mean, to be
Well-
fair, I mean,
He was taking an interest in your life and your heartbreak.
he
and
was
you said,
trying
"Wait a
to."
second."
yeah.
It was like how we were talking, and that was like not a real breakup. It was like
Oh, it was like not-
phantom pain because it was you were still hurting, but it was a
Yeah.
ghost relationship.
and our poor dad was truly trying to relate, and he was just
Oh
confused
my
as
god,
shit.
you were
Yeah.
literally such a daddy's girl.
Yeah, poor dad.
You know what's so weird? I have this hair that grows right here, but like it is so sporadic. So I always have to like, and you can't see it because it's like right here.
I
Well-
hope not sporadically.
You know what's more gross?
What, my chin hairs?
No, it's about me.
Oh,
Well-
I'm scared.
And
I have a
me.
lot of gross things about chin and body hairs that I could talk about.
Okay.
I was gonna say one of them. I've like this one hair like right below my belly button that grows, and it's really gross. So I always pluck it.
I have like a happy trip.
I have one.
I have one hair down there too.
It
One
hasn't
hair?
been.
Yeah, right
it's
under
like
my belly
one
button.
that just
I'm the
keeps coming. So I
hairiest
just
girl.
pluck it, and it hasn't been growing. So I was like, I now have like an open wound because I am convinced that I have an ingrown hair, but I think she's just not growing anymore. And now I'm probably never gonna grow a hair there ever again.
Okay, that's a
Keep
good thing.
that
I
in
thought you were
there.
going to talk about what
My
I
chin?
told you about your chin this this
We can
weekend.
talk about that too.
Because
wanna-
as a sister, I was conflicted because Bailey and I were out. We were already out at a bar this weekend, and I'm sitting next to her, and it was just so perfect the way the sun was glistening on her little chin. I saw these little hairs coming out of her little chin, and I thought I should not say anything right at this moment because she doesn't have tweezers in her purse. What's she gonna do?
I actually
just
do
be
have tweezers in my
mortified.
purse.
But I made a note. I should tell her this tomorrow.
And you forgot.
And I forgot to tell her tomorrow, but then I told her a day later, and I was like, oh yeah, by the way, when we were at this bar, I saw these hairs. And it's like, why didn't you tell me right then? Well, because you couldn't do anything about
I
it.
do have tweezers in my purse, and also I wouldn't have been that embarrassed because we were just with one other gal. And also the thing that you refrained from saying right now, which was very kind of you, is that the hairs are growing out of a chin or a mole on my chin, which is it's one of the grossest parts.
You know,
about
I
me.
have the hairiest chinny chin in the world, and I got lasered on my chin, like a full lasered like cycle, and no hairs came out of it.
I really just want to knock on drywall or something because
You don't have that, and Mom does.
I look every single day because once I turned 30, I was like, oh, they must
No, mine started.
be, they're
Mine
going to
were-
be popping out
You're like,
soon.
Mine
a
were
boy
in
in
college.
puberty.
Mine were in college. I remember.
Well, I'm just scared that my hair, if it's not growing in front of my face that I see in the mirror all the time, like, is it on my back? Like, is it somewhere that I can't see? Because that's scary.
I
Yeah.
hope so.
So far, well, like
So
I said,
far, so good.
so good. Okay, so
I have-
what else is going on?
Okay.
How are your tatas?
Okay, my boobs are like so sore, and I was getting like nervous this weekend because I wore like a different bra, which my doctor said I could, and they were sore. And that's it. That's all I have. But like they're literally still in my neck. So I had like a breakdown. Like, did I just mess up my entire body? And like, is this a mistake?
We don't know yet.
I don't think you. I think
You didn't mess up your entire body, just your boobs.
no. I think that my friends that have had boob jobs all went through the same thought around the same time, right? So it's like they're past their surgery, but like your boobs have not settled yet.
Yeah.
They haven't dropped. They're not where they're going to be, but you've been living with them for what,
2
a week,
weeks.
2 weeks, something like that.
Yeah.
So it's you think that you have been living with them long enough, but they're not ready. They take
not
their
ready.
time.
Yeah.
They take their time, and I think you will love them once everything's settled, but it's
Yeah.
going to be a couple months.
Well, and it's like, I think it's also because I'm having to shop for clothes because I'm going to Cabo and then also ACL. And it's like so hard because it's so hot out in both of those places. And so like everything is like either it's like tight and then the boobs are like so massive and I just look insane. Like it looks like I'm going for this look. And that's not the look I'm going for. But anyways, the boobs are good. Which brings me to my next point.
Chocolate chip cookies.
What?
Paige had to do this speech class. Yeah.
That I had to post on YouTube in college because it was an online speech class. And that was my intro to my next paragraph. Which brings me to my next point about chocolate chip cookies. And Bailey and her ex-boyfriend used to like troll me all the time and save that video and play it all the time until I deleted it from the world.
Which was a horrible
That's my
mistake.
biggest regret is deleting my chocolate chip cookie video.
Just archive about chocolate chip cookies.
No, because it was tied to my like that was when I was at the community college and it was tied to that account.
Oh.
And anyways,
That's hilarious.
that's my biggest regret.
I was
is
gonna
getting
say
that.
we should
Did
like
you know the biggest chocolate chip cookie?
Facts about chocolate chip cookies. Sorry, continue.
Anyway, what is your next point, Jade?
so Mercury's in retrograde.
Oh
Okay.
fuck.
And
It is.
It is in retrograde, and I've had like the best Mercury in retrograde, knock on wood. It's just been like a smooth sailing adventure until I woke up Tuesday morning and I was like, why is Colorado X texting me at 4:45 in the morning? And that was really wild. He texted me, oh, I was playing this Fleetwood Mac song that he would always say reminded him of me on the way to work at 5 a.m. this morning. And I was like, okay, we must call the sisters. We must have a little powwow and figure out how we're going to deal with this. Like, do we text him back and say,
No.
please don't text me anymore? Do we like engage with it? Do we what? And we'd all decided silence is the best answer.
But the best part of that conversation was you explaining what it meant for Mercury to be in retrograde in Libra season. Like, say that part.
Yeah, because
That's very important.
That means because every time we would talk about the actual subject, you would bring it back to Mercury being in retrograde, and in Libra season, that means that the X's are going to come out of the woodworks. And you were reading this whole like horoscope thing.
Yeah.
And every time we would be like, yeah, so, but the reason we don't think you should text him, blah, blah, blah. And you'd be like, and then also, Mercury being in retrograde during Libra season means this and this. And we were like,
You're like, nobody cares.
but you care.
It turns out to be exactly true because later you called us again.
And then my ex-husband called me that same day out of nowhere. And then I didn't answer because I was like, again, not trying to engage with things from my past. We have like a very, what did we call him?
Mark.
Mark. Me and Mark have a very amicable relationship, but we're just not trying to like talk on the
Ever.
phone.
Like,
yeah.
Text,
Well, we
calls,
do want him to come on the
whatever.
podcast maybe one day, but that's about it.
I would love for Mark to come on the podcast.
He would be scared. So I was like, I'm not going to answer this. And then he texted me and he's like, hey, our HBO Max account is still, I'm like, we don't have an HBO, no account is our HBO Max account. And I'm like, we have been divorced for 4 years.
Honey,
I
don't use that account.
don't use that
anymore.
account. And he said, I know, but for some reason it's still attached to your thing. I'm like, whatever. I go to my email and delete it. It was fine. But I was taken aback.
I mean, it is wild that
Both of them.
in the same day. I was like, what's going to happen to me? Nothing. Great day. Great Tuesday.
Well, I realized after that I am the ex going back or making my rounds because I reached out to a guy that I have previously dated, and there was nothing like he was a great guy. Like he did not do anything wrong. He's not one of my stories that I like talk about with like a bad date. Like he was such a great guy. And I saw him post on Instagram. It had to be maybe a day or two before your whole thing happened. And I was like, gotta shoot my shot. And I was just like, should we hang out or ? And he was like, yes.
Nice.
So we're hanging out tomorrow. And we're gonna go to dinner, and then we're gonna go to a like alternative rock concert at the parish.
Alternative rock concert?
I know.
You are a bad little girl.
Honestly, I know. The thing that I am weirdly nervous about, which I don't know why this is the part that makes me nervous.
What?
Since I don't know this band, I have yet to search any of their songs on Spotify. But I'm nervous about like how I'm supposed to like.
You just like go like this. I'm making out.
I mean, I wish it was Blink-182.
Yeah.
But like, I'm like, what am I gonna?
I think that you're just thinking too much into
You're
it.
a music girly.
I mean, honestly, if that is my worry, then I'm gonna have a great time.
yeah, and you already know him. I just think it's so funny that like you are the ex that comes out for Mercury in retrograde.
I know. What does that mean? That
That means you are the drama.
Am I the drama? Honestly, I have just been lonely and bored, and I'm like, this was a really fun guy. Why not hang
was a
out with
mushroom.
him? And
He was a fun guy.
okay, we need to make that a clip on TikTok.
Clip that one, Jade.
Hey, Jade, this is for you. Or fourth sister, you hear me? This is for you.
This could be your job. Look how easy it is.
No, but truly, he was a fun guy. He was a mushroom. And I think we're going to have a great time. And honestly, I'm at a point in my life where I need that type of energy instead of, let me go through these dating apps and see if I can make a connection with somebody, because it takes so many wrong connections until you get a good one. So,
And my theory with dating is like you need to get the ball rolling. And it's like once you start getting some good dates, then like the good date energy comes to you. You just need to but it's hard going from 0 to like good dates. So this is a good date to start
basically with this one, our snowball is already made.
Yeah.
I just took off the magic hat, Frosty's magic hat, so he's not alive, but I'm tossing it back.
Right. And
We're gonna have a great time.
I feel like I need to like explain all of your inside jokes because they're super insular, but that's from Frosty the Snowman.
Everyone knows Frosty the Snowman.
Song. That's from
No, it's not. It's from the
Christmas.
cartoon.
And the song.
I know, but it's from the cartoon.
with a corn cob pipe and a button.
They don't talk about the snowball in the fucking song.
True.
I
What's
think
going
we
on with
all
you?
got it. Just that like ingrown hair.
The only other things that I wanted to say about my updates are that, guys, no, not yet. Oh, but I did get a promotion at work.
Nice.
And I know that you're really stressed at work, but I was really happy at work that happened to me. So I just wanted to say that. But we don't have to,
Congratulations.
harp on it.
Yeah, let's not celebrate you.
The only other thing that I wanted to say is that I am still watching Vampire Diaries. I am finally ending season 5, so I'm really close to being done. But I'm also watching Tell Me Lies.
Ooh.
You like it?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know you watched
Sexy.
it. Okay, it's very sexy. I also recommended it to Mom. and I was like, but when I recommended it to her, she was kind of drunk. And so I was like, she's not going to remember to watch it. And then she started watching it. And we talked about it this morning when she was on her way to work.
Was she hot and bothered?
Ew.
No, we're adults. We skipped over that part, which I really liked because Mom and I are on the same page about a lot of things. I'm like, well, don't you think that's going to be a bigger storyline down the road, blah, blah, blah. Like, don't you think? And she's like, yes, whatever. Anyways, it was really great. And I'm really thankful that our poor mom doesn't have to get her panties in a wad like, oh my gosh, this is a sexual show.
Yeah.
Like instead she's like, ooh, let's talk about
Because
this.
our poor mom's a sex girl.
Where do you think you get it?
No.
Obviously.
Yeah.
You get it from someone.
Right.
Anyways.
It's gotta be her.
I also wanted to say that if any of our fourth sisters have show recommendations, shoot them my way because I'm a looking.
Yeah.
She's a looking and she's a liking.
She's a liking.
And she wants some sexy stuff. Wait, you
Alright.
should watch The OC.
Oh,
We
I'm
already-
on season. No, I'm about to start season 3 of the OC.
Oh my God. Great season.
Great season.
A tumultuous season.
Well,
Uh-oh.
this whole series, I mean, it's been a little unbelievable, but you know what?
Yeah, 'cause
then
we're-
again, Vampire Diaries is completely unbelievable. But I'm watching the OC. It is the
It's
OC
so
is the
long.
longest thing for me to get through.
It's so long.
And it loses my interest so quickly.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God.
It's
It's
nothing
like a
like
comfort.
Seventh Heaven, where it's just
It's nothing like honestly.
it is no
You've
seven.
never truer words have never been spoken. It's literally nothing like Seventh Heaven.
No, but Bailey and I recently rewatched it, as you
I
guys know,
love
and
Seventh
we like ran through that.
When I see their happy faces,
Man.
smiling back at me.
You guys are just literally on the pulse of trending TV
Well,
shows.
It
You're
really
welcome.
is. The way we show our stress is so differently. Like I have to rewatch something new. It's like rewatching Vampire Diaries. I've seen it before. I know how it ends, but I'm watching it with new eyes, and then I'm able to appreciate like Damon and Stefan. They're real life people. They started a bourbon company, and it's like that makes so much sense for like their followers and
Yeah.
it's like I can see it from a new set of eyes. Yet I'm not going to be
It's
surprised.
a comfort show.
Exactly.
But my comfort shows are all Bravo.
And that's okay. That's great.
Yeah.
We love
that's
that for you.
great.
Yeah.
Wait.
What? There's another thing I wanted to talk about, and it had to do with. Oh, it was my birthday,
Oh yeah.
and we had the Hot Ones challenge. But after that, we had such a good sister night.
That was
Which
a good
ties
night.
into my very last thing on this dig-a-dang list.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. We'll lead into that. So after the Hot Ones challenge, I did my favorite thing in the world, which was drink margaritas at every spot I love in the city. And I did a margarita bop. And I can cultivate a list. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do...
You're gonna add another thing to your plate?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, this has been on my to-do list for a while. I'm supposed to make a list of my favorite margarita spots in the city for Zate. So you guys could go on the Zate app if you needed ideas of like where to get a margarita. And it could be like my list. And then you guys can curate your own list too. Like maybe your dive bar list or like live music list.
Karaoke list.
Because I texted you guys about live music, blah, blah, blah. But we went to Four Seasons outdoor little patio. That's a sleeper. Great place.
I think that all of those hotels that now have their little outdoor patio on the bottom or on the like they're a little rooftop or a little like mid top or whatever.
Yeah.
All of them slap.
They slap so hard. We went from there to the proper. We did ATX Casino. We did South Congress Hotel. Then we went to Geraldine's, and then we went to Rainy. And we
Rainy
danced.
Street. God.
And we danced on Rainy Street. And I just have to tell you, I had a fun time.
Honestly, I don't do Rainy often, but when I do, it's a fucking time.
And it's like you have to be in the perfect headspace to do Rainy, and you have to be with the perfect people that's like on your same level. And that's where I was at. And it was like so fun. We were there for like literally 20 minutes. We danced to like 4 songs. Then we just like got out of there.
perfect timing.
Yeah. And then the next day I had like a little birthday lunch. And then my sisters, they asked me what I wanted for dinner. And I said pasta. And they brought me over pasta.
It wasn't the best, which I thought it was, but it maybe not our taste bud.
According to the internet, it was supposed to be the best pasta.
In Austin.
I just feel like with your pasta taste buds, like it wasn't the best.
But like with yours, was it? Because like
No.
because
I'm
I'm
you're
just
like a pasta connoisseur.
I know, and this has been on my list for so long.
This was the first try.
the reason
You liked it?
no.
No.
Oh, I
That's
thought
what
you
I'm
were saying you
saying.
did like it.
No,
Oh.
I'm saying I didn't like it. I thought I was going to love it because this is a place that I've been saving
Yeah.
because I'm like, oh, this is supposed to be the best.
And it wasn't.
And what better place to save it for my sister's birthday?
Right.
And then I was like, fuck, sorry.
Well, it was weird because we ordered like 3 completely different dishes and they gave us the same noodles for each
Well,
dish because that clearly were al dente on all 3 of them.
They also have a menu of maybe 6 items.
Yeah.
So like we ordered basically what they had.
Yeah.
And that
but the
was
cacio e pepe with that flat
Cacio
noodle.
e pepe.
The cacio e pepe with that flat noodle. That's like not.
Look,
But
it didn't.
was also
it didn't hit.
really heavy on the pepe.
Yeah.
It didn't hit, but
But it was great company.
Yeah.
And all I wanted to do was just watch Taylor Swift videos
live,
and so then we cried, of course, because like that's what we do. We talk
and
about
because
Taylor
that's
Swift
when
and
we
cry.
found out that her mom
Well,
got her cancer back.
It's not exactly when, but we were taken back to that time where we did find out.
Yeah, and we cried, and
we both cried.
but you know
Because
what?
a boy took everything from her. What's
Yeah.
that song?
Abigail gave everything she had to a boy
Who what?
who changed his mind.
And then what?
We both cried.
Well, that brings me because that was honestly, I'm shocked that was how we like rounded out your birthday
Yeah.
weekend because that's like my perfect everyday, let alone
Yeah.
my perfect birthday.
Well, another thing we did that I really liked and I think we should revisit is we went through the all too well 10-minute version, like pretty much line by line, and talked about how each line, like what it means.
Yeah, like which we thought was the best line of the song.
Yeah. And which one slapped the hardest. Yeah. And I think
The answer is all of the
I think we
lines.
all can agree that the whole song feels like going through a breakup.
It's just like a full body
I'm a
experience.
crumpled up piece of paper lying here. It's like, fuck, how many times have you felt that? Because
my God.
after that breakup with Peter, just pieces of paper just all over my floor.
And it's like you called me up again just to break me like a promise.
I kept you. Wait, I kept
you like
you
a
kept me.
You kept me like a secret. I kept
you like an oath.
Do you know how
Scouts
deep?
honor?
Like literally, that is so. If you haven't been in a relationship like that and gone through that kind of breakup, don't worry, it's probably coming for you. So
Don't get
enjoy
comfortable.
yourself because you could be married and you could be like, I'll never go through a breakup like that, and then you will.
When you feel like this is, no one has ever felt the way that you are feeling right now. Then you turn on that song and you realize, oh my God, Taylor Swift has felt the way I'm feeling. She puts words to those feelings and emotions that you did not know you could even put words to.
Yeah.
And then you just need to cry a little bit.
Yeah, and then you cry.
And then you think you're getting better, and then you're in a new hell every time you
double
double cross
cross
my
my
mind.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
That is
are we
truly a hell.
Blowing our load on what we thought was going to be your birthday
No.
special?
No, honey, we can go way deeper.
Whoa,
She has a whole catalog.
Dr.
Okay,
Swift
okay.
has plenty of songs. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of, guys, we are now less than 1 month away from Midnights.
Okay.
Which means
Midnights.
we don't know, but I assume we're gonna get a single soon. Like we have a got to get a single soon.
You think?
there
She released Lover and then Me was the song, right?
well, she released Me before Lover
Did she?
because it's like you're like teasing the album.
Did she
That's
do
like-
that?
I don't know.
We
like-
we were in Palm Springs, remember?
That's like
Yeah.
a normal thing. So it's like we know that Lover's coming. We know
you
that
know
like
what? I think Paige knows what she's talking about.
like it's just like that's like a normal thing. Think Kelsey Ballerini just had her album out, right? The weeks leading up to it, it's like, oh, here's this single, and then the whole album comes out, and you're like,
That's
oh,
what I
I already
thought.
know some of those.
But I thought she just drops albums.
I
Well-
also think that you were like, this is the best song on the album, and then we called Paige, and Paige was like, no,
Yes,
this is not the best song on the album.
Remember? Because I was like,
Because that was already a single.
no.
Yes.
No, because Bailey and I were like,
All right, we'll do some fact checking.
Guys.
and look what she made me do.
Ooh. Well,
That Reputation came out. She dropped the whole album.
I know she dropped the whole album for
Reputation.
Folklore and Evermore.
Okay.
But I'm not sure about the other two. We'll have to
see. But
We'll
here's
have
the
to
thing
check.
about you Swifties. You will keep talking about it and keep thinking about it. And
Oh, honestly, one of my favorite things about being a Swiftie, especially
it's just
nowadays.
getting consistently disappointed because your theory is never
No, because
actualized.
nothing's ever a disappointment. It's just like, now that I'm on Swift Talk, every single day there are new theories, and whenever someone's theory who they're like, this is absolutely going to happen tomorrow, and then tomorrow
And then it
happens and it
never
didn't happen,
happens,
then
yeah.
they're like, no. So now that it didn't happen, now I know that this is going to happen,
Yeah.
and it just is entertaining. Like, we're a group of people that truly understand each other and entertain each other. I mean, I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
I made a TikTok today that said, Swifties, I appreciate everything you're doing, but like, can you please just keep your powers in the lane of like Swiftum, because your powers could easily be used for bad. QAnon.
Yes, they're cut from the same cloth. It's a thin line, and I also like that they'll be so certain about, like, oh my god, and then we're gonna be getting this at midnight, and everything's gonna happen. But then it's like, no, but it's okay because our benevolent queen, our god, Mr. Taylor Swift, is gonna bestow other blessings upon us,
Like
the
a
next
hoodie.
harvest. Yeah.
like Taylor Swift will be teasing this thing, and everyone's like, we're getting karma finally, and then she puts out a pull flow
karma.
and then you guys are literally like, yes, that's exactly what we wanted, a pull flow.
Yeah.
You're never gonna get karma, I don't think,
Well,
Maybe not.
we're getting all three. Didn't you watch the TikTok page sent?
with the jewels
Yeah.
on the necklace. Yeah, that is a good
Okay.
theory though.
Okay.
Why would she
What's
do
the-
that?
I need a definition question.
Okay.
What does the word preceded mean?
Came before.
Okay, here we go. 3 singles preceded lover.
What?
Well,
Lover.
me. The first one was me. And then I'd have to click on the other ones, but
Maybe it was the premiere of the music video that we were
Maybe.
thinking about.
Maybe we just. Well, I know you really, really like
Oh,
this
and you
song.
know what? Then I remember the album came out and I was walking Hank, and then I was talking to Paige, and she was like, don't listen to the one about the mom, and then I'm with the Dixie Chicks, and then
And then you
The Chicks.
cried and
The Chicks.
cried.
which we'll be seeing them next weekend. Super excited.
Oh my God.
Do you think
So
Taylor
excited.
Swift's going to come out? They're going to
No,
do that song?
absolutely
Okay, I'm
not.
joking,
You know
obviously.
who is going to be there? Probably Billy Ray Cyrus, which makes me hope that Miley might be there.
wait, why do you think?
Well, 'cause
Billy
Noah's
Ray-
gonna be there.
Noah's
Miley's
there.
not going to be there.
No. Noah's gonna be
gonna
there.
Miley's
and
not gonna be there.
listen,
What else
Lil
is she gonna
Nas-
be doing?
Excuse me, Lil
Living-
Nas X is going to be there.
And what does that have to do with Miley?
Old
Listen
Town
to
Road.
her.
Could you suck my ass for 1 second?
Listen
and
to
just
her.
Relax. If Noah's going to be there and Lil Nas is going to be there, I think it makes sense that Billy Ray might be there
It's
for
a family
Old Town
affair.
Road.
Have you guys followed Billy Ray on TikTok?
No.
He has a girlfriend.
Okay.
Okay,
Good
just
for
go
him.
on, go on.
He couldn't possibly sing if he has a girlfriend.
Right.
And if Billy's there, then Miley might be there. Relax.
She was already there.
And also,
I know.
I just
She
have to
liked
say,
it. She did a good job.
I understand that I am currently embarrassed that I don't know the definition of preceded. But also, something my fourth sisters need to know is that I'm not great with definitions.
You're not good with
Yeah.
reading comprehension.
And like sometimes I forget, when people say like former or the other
Ladder?
one. Ladder. Yeah. I always get those mixed up because like
former and ladder.
Yeah, like,
Isn't it the
one of-
same thing.
No, because ladder is the second part, the former. If I say, oh, well,
One of
Jade
them means
and
before,
Paige are my
one of them
sisters.
means-
The former is my oldest sister.
Oh,
yeah. I get
The
I don't
latter
need to know
been my
everything.
bottom
about
line
everything.
is I get confused and I know that. I'm just embarrassed that you guys are learning it. The last thing that I have to say, you can
It's a
do this.
clock. It's a clock. It's a clock. Do you want to tell them about that?
About the Hunger Games of it all.
because
like I wasn't gonna go there.
That's literally not like anything I would have ever thought.
But that is weird that it's a clock. She's a clock. Like she says it so many times, and it is. Oh, thank you for the cork. And it
Julie
is
Corky.
Julie Corky.
Jesus.
Also, can we cite? I'm sorry.
Can
How
you
fucking
finish
creepy
one?
was it that he's looking for Julie Corky, who's in 8th grade, and he's like, what, a junior about to be a senior?
What movie is this?
Sleepover. God, fucking grow up. Are you kidding me?
I'm a millennial.
That is a star.
I'm an elder millennial.
Jade, that's a star-studded cast.
That's
Jane
not-
Lynch,
I'm too old for
Steve
that movie.
Carell.
I'm older than that movie.
Julie Corky, Never Back Down guy,
Sean Ferris.
Sean Ferris. How did you pull that out of your back pocket?
Because his name's Sean Ferris. Because he's from Never Back Down. I love Never Back Down.
God, it's so just
What I want to know from the
Shikande.
fourth Brandt sisters, that if we did like a live event in Austin where we just like had like, maybe we had like a really smart poetic person along the ride with us, and we broke down each. First of all, we'll start out by watching All Too Well 10-minute version to get us in the mood. We'll all
Get us
sing along.
crying.
We'll all sing along together, and then we'll go through the song line by line and talk about how this makes us feel, what it means, how genius each lyric is. I feel like that could be like a really like amazing event.
Great.
And then we could end it with a dance party.
Okay.
Wait.
So you guys just let us know in the comments.
Okay, before we get to these listener stories, so guys, this one's good. It's a good one.
Okay.
So as we know, the Bears did beat the Texans this past weekend.
I know.
Okay. So that means, lucky for me, that I am still in my work fantasy league. Okay. They pulled through. However, although they won, Justin Fields said that he played like trash. Trash.
And he kind of did.
So, but you know what?
We love his self-awareness.
We love his self-awareness.
We love a self-aware king.
And so he is focusing on building on his positives and simply correcting his mistakes.
That's what we.
That's
all,
so simple.
That's because all we can ask of anyone.
But like,
Every
why doesn't he
man.
just call Taylor up?
Correct your mistakes.
why don't you just call Taylor?
Just fix your mistakes.
Yeah.
Just call Taylor up. So, this weekend they play the New York Giants
Okay.
on Sunday the 2nd. So you guys will be seeing this afterwards. We will know if he was able to, fix his mistakes or not. Or he might play like trash again. But hey, a win is a win in my book.
You know
Yeah.
what? I feel like they're going to beat the Giants.
Hell yeah, they're going to beat the Giants. But you know what? We won't know unless you get your poor dad to Soldier Field.
Jade edits this podcast so we can get more fans, so then we can go.
And every single sister out there, every single one of you, I know you can hear me right now. Go to Instagram, search the Chicago Bears, the one with the blue check mark. Go to their most recent post that you see. I don't give a shit what it is. Just click on it. And then I want you to tag at your poor dad. You didn't have to say anything else. Just at your poor dad.
They'll know. They'll know.
They'll figure it
They'll
out.
know.
They'll figure it the fuck out.
Fuck around and find out.
Fuck around, find out. Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Great. Well, should I?
I wanted to talk to you guys about one more thing.
Okay.
And
The
it's that
hell do you
song-
want to talk about?
It's that song "Unholy" by Sam Smith. Have
Okay.
you guys really listened to it?
Yes.
Okay, is he talking about hooking up with a guy who's married to a girl? Mommy don't know what he's getting on at the body shop. And he's like, lucky, lucky girl, 'cause she's married to a boy like you. She don't know that the things.
I mean, that
you
would make
do.
sense.
Okay, I think that's hot.
Well, he is gay, so like,
That's what I'm thinking.
But yeah. But
so that would be his perspective.
yeah.
And he's kind of like taunting him. He's like, yeah, you think you're straight, but you come and
That's
hang
why-
out with me.
He's like, it's unholy.
It's unholy for you to be with
It's like,
me.
come walk on the dark side.
Sounds like somebody might like Bowie's. That's what he's saying. Okay, cool. That's all I had a question about.
That is a really good song, though.
You know, my song comprehension is not good. I need to be explained everything.
I like the vibes of that song.
Oh my God, me too.
Okay. I have an update from my favorite of our listeners.
Okay, Bailey, don't play favorites. God.
No context. Here I go. Well, here's a little bit of context. This is one of probably 7 emails we've gotten.
I know
from this
exactly
person.
who it is. It's Belly Button Boy.
So I'm going to start with where this email starts. Also, me and my partner are both hoping to get engaged in the coming months to each other. Then we were both hoping to get married sometime in the next year, 2023. We both in a comfortable / stable relationship with each other, as well as we love each other very much too.
Hold on.
Why are we reading about this person is clearly fucking with us?
I don't think they are.
No, they are.
How do you know?
Because this is unhinged. This is not a 4th brand sister.
That
both
might
hoping-
be the company we attract.
Is that what we're doing? I mean, honestly, like, I kind of have no interest in this.
Suck my ass.
You heard it here first. Suck her ass.
All right, cool. X out of that one. Next one.
Well, it's like, what value are we going to bring? We're just listening to
Well,
an
we don't
unhinged
know
person.
because we didn't let her finish.
I'm going to skip the next one too. Jade.
No. Don't. Bailey,
No.
stop.
Too late. I already skipped it.
Do not let her bully you around into which stories you're going to choose.
Hi, Jade, Paige, and Bailey with an E.
Hi.
Triggered.
No, it really says Bailey with an E.
Oh my God. Wait, really?
Yeah. Well, it says Bailey, but spelled with an E.
And if
Wait,
we
so
keep...
that's why I said triggered, because that's funny. Continue.
I wasn't sure what the theme was for this week. Us
Neither were we.
So I figured I'd tell you about my first time in Mexico since Jade was just there. And she's going back.
She's going back.
When I was in 5th grade, my family decided to take us to Mexico with some other family friends. We were staying in an all-inclusive resort of restaurants, waterfall pools, swim-up bars, and a kids club. Toward the end of our trip, me and some of my friends decided to leave the pool early and to go play mini golf. Our parents were okay with us going alone since we'd be staying at the resort. Eventually, we had ended our game of golf and decided we wanted to go up to our separate rooms to change out of our bathing suits. I rode the elevator up to my floor and said goodbye to my friends. I got into my hotel room and on my own, or shall I say what I thought was my hotel room. When I entered the room, I noticed none of my belongings were there. All the suitcases were gone and I was in a completely clean / empty room. To any normal person, this would have been a red flag. But for 10-year-old me, I didn't give it much thought and I just climbed into bed and watched TV. I think I was in that room for at least an hour or so before I started to wonder where my family was. So I left my room and went upstairs to my friend's room to see if they knew where everyone was. But before I left, I put a small towel in the door frame to keep the door from closing so I could get back in. When I made it to my friend's room, her younger brother opened the door and looked shocked to see me. He then told me that everyone had been looking for me and they had just sent out a search party to look for the girl in the azul bikini.
Oh no.
I was so confused because I was just chilling in my hotel room. I told him that he was crazy and I took him down to my room to show him where I was. When the two of us made it to my room, I noticed I'd made a grave mistake. I somehow had gotten into the locked room right next to mine and I'd spent the last hour in the wrong hotel room.
Oh my God.
Anyways, I immediately threw the hand towel used to prop the door open back into the hotel room and slammed the door. Now I had to go find my family. I eventually found my family and was greeted by so many people in tears thinking that I had been abducted in a foreign country.
Oh my God, that's terrifying.
My older sister, who had always made a point to discipline me like my mother, gave me a bear hug as she was sobbing.
I thought she was going to say, gave me a spanking.
And this is where it got sexy.
I didn't mean it like
You're my
that.
stepsister.
You're not my sister.
Okay. I felt a little guilty, but selfishly, as the middle child, I thrived off the attention and the grief I received.
Oh my
that
God,
day.
Paige.
Hell yeah. Oops, me. I made a
Oh, me.
mistake.
Everyone's looking for me.
It was an honest one.
The whole island's looking for me.
Oh, wait.
Here I am.
Mexico's not an island.
Here I am. That's a country.
Okay. The next three are,
You can be a country and an island, by the way.
yeah. You could be a country, an island, and a
Australia
continent.
is an island.
Australia.
And a continent and a country.
And a continent and a country.
And a continent.
So something else about me, besides me not knowing a lot of definitions, I'm really bad about geography.
Geography.
Our poor mom actually asked me yesterday, because next year we're going to Germany, and she said, "Where is it that you want to extend your trip to?" And I said, "You think I know?"
Honey, what's around there?
Honey, I've been nowhere. I'd like to go anywhere. I said, I got to look at a map and figure that out because I don't know what's near Germany. And then I looked at a map and I said, holy shit, all of that's near Germany? How do I choose? Honestly, I'm an idiot, okay?
Honestly,
No, you're
you
not.
could go anywhere around Germany.
Honestly, some of us, most of us, the one of us, are not book smarts. I'm street smarts. I have the common sense. Book smarts, I have two sisters for that.
You know what is also going to be interesting? Like a year is a long time and also not that long away from us. And I
Okay.
but like
a year is a long time and not a long time.
but like we could have like I could have a boyfriend and you could have a boyfriend. Like are they coming to Germany with us?
Well, I was already assuming that Styx was coming.
I hope so. I'm also supposed to go to Greece with Styx next year.
Really?
Can I be your
Can we
plus
go?
one?
Sure.
Plus two? We'll do a podcast episode. It's for work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think your person can come too.
Yeah.
Mr. Roberts.
I have
Mr.
no
Roberts.
problem being the seventh, fifth wheel.
We have no problem with it, but like we would love for you to
I might love being single in
Say,
Hamony.
it might be more fun.
I'll just like challenge everyone who can chalk this bear quicker than me.
You know what? Maybe you would do well with a German man.
I think I could do well with any man. She's got to be. It doesn't matter what
Just have
where
to be on
you're
the
from.
same
You just have
faith
to
path.
be able to. One, we must be on the same faith path. That is.
You're never going on another date to Chewy's.
No.
I love Chewies. I'm just, anyways, continue, Bailey.
Okay. So this person they set the stage by saying they were like super shy. They're at a new school and they're, I think, like a freshman. But it's during the standardized testing where everything's very strict, whatever. They like shuffled everyone into like different classes. And she's in with a lot of very handsome, some good looking
Ooh.
boys from the senior class.
Hell yeah.
And she's stuck with the PE coach.
Ooh, even hotter.
I know.
Is this going where I think it's going?
She said it was definitely hard to focus.
And then,
Okay.
and then my
I'll tell you what else was hard.
I'm just kidding. Jesus. Okay. About an hour into testing, I suddenly felt a flooding rush down my nose, and I
Down
see
your nose?
red splotches.
Or down your pants.
Relax. And I see red splotches dripping down all over my test book.
Testicles.
That's right. A nosebleed. We're all thinking it.
Okay.
Not just any minor nosebleed. I could feel it
A
pouring
major
out
blood.
and already all over my shirt by the time I could react.
Oops, this is dirty.
Okay.
I apologize, everybody. I apologize for my obscene behavior.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Okay, that was good. I just popped my titty.
Hey, kick those titties in.
I could feel
You
it.
paid good money for those.
I could feel it pouring out and
I could feel it in
already
the
all
silence.
over my shirt by the time I could react. I lifted up a bloody hand to get the gym teacher's attention, as leaving the classroom wasn't allowed and our backpacks were confiscated, so I had nothing to cover my nosebleed with. It took a while for him to see me, but when he did, his reaction was to shout, "Oh my God!" and get everyone's attention. He then pulls out a whole roll of toilet paper from under his desk and tossed it towards me, only for it to land on the cutest guy, my crush of the year's desk. My crush then had to come over to my desk and hand me a roll of toilet paper. I'm soaking through all the toilet paper while the gym teacher calls the office to get permission for me to go to the bathroom.
She said, I'm soaking wet. Can somebody take me to the...
Hey, my biggest crush, can you help me? I'm soaking.
It's gushing.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. Meanwhile, the entire desk, my classroom, and hallway are covered in my blood. They had to escort that entire wing of students, 3 or 4
Why
classrooms.
is everyone
or
covered in
so,
your blood?
so someone could clean, because technically there was hazardous body fluids everyone was exposed to. Barf. My nose wouldn't stop bleeding, so after 30 minutes in the bathroom just panicking, the hall monitor had to escort me to the nurse's office, which already had 4 kids in line. The nurse was already handling 1 kid, so she gave me a handful of cardboard applicator tampons.
Oh my God.
You know, the thick, chunky ones, and told me to insert one into my nostril and change them out as they got soaked. So just sitting outside of the nurse's office with a few other kids and a tampon up my nose, absolutely covered in my own blood. R.I.P. my juicy couture jacket. Oh. The nosebleed didn't stop, so an ambulance was called to take me to the hospital.
Jesus Christ.
Kids thought it was hilarious, so for the rest of the year, I'd walk into each class with a roll of toilet paper or a Kleenex on my desk. I thought it was the end of the world for my 15-year-old self. God.
Wait, also,
That porno took a turn.
I'm also just really
Or it
confused.
was just, that was Act 1. Act 2 is in the ambulance.
I'm also just really confused on like how everyone else in the class got her blood on them.
They
It
were
was
just all
in the
exposed.
classroom. So since it's like a hazardous body fluid,
Since it was like dripping down, it was like you've been exposed. It doesn't mean that it's like
splurting.
landed on them.
yeah.
I thought that meant that it like was like all of them were covered. I was like, what the fuck was happening?
Like it was like a
Was she,
waterfall and it was like on the floor.
help
was a sprinkler.
me, help me, help me. Like, wow, that sucks. I'm sorry. You're
I
definitely
think
the
we're-
nosebleed girl.
Is the next story like really good, or can we like cap it off? So because this is already running long.
Okay, then we're gonna do this one.
Well, it's already this will take me a long time to edit. Like if we could
Okay,
keep
then
it
we're
edit-
done. Surprise.
Is it really good?
I liked it. I don't fucking know.
I think we should do one more.
Okay, fine.
Okay, everybody, this is gonna be our last story.
Okay.
Bailey, relax. Just do your thing.
Thank you for smiling. Keep smiling. Hey, sisters.
Hey.
This is a good one, so here we go.
It better be.
And if it's not,
If it's not,
Jade's coming for you.
I'm cutting it out.
It was my first year of high school, and in my school district, our first day was on a Wednesday. I was as nervous as any other freshman, but in huge news for me, I had just gotten my braces off after 8 years and discovered contacts. So I was really thinking this was finally my moment
She's
where
like,
I stepped in.
She's she, oh, you knew where she's thinking. She did.
Well, she was really thinking this was finally my moment where I stepped into my she's all that character development.
Yeah, she's like, I'm hot.
I'm hot.
Third period was my Spanish 2 class.
Ooh, Spanish 2 in freshman year.
Espanol.
I know.
Advancidoro.
Good. That class was a combo of freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, and I
Sexy.
found myself at a table with 2 juniors and another freshman.
Hot. Bailey, this
Wait.
theme you have this week is just hot.
I am sweating.
I think you guys need to go take a cold shower.
Ooh, after.
The class was moving along through normal first day of school things when one of the juniors leaned over to me and whispered, "Hey, I know you."
Ooh.
I shook my head because I had no clue what she was talking about, but she kept at it, asking me what middle school I went to, if I took a bus. The list went
She
on.
started rubbing my leg.
She said, no, seriously, I know you.
No, I'm sorry. Did I say I know you? I want to get to know you.
Then, 10 minutes later, she truly yelled, "Oh my God, I know you. You're the onomatopoeia girl. You were that... You were that little 6th grader that would walk around saying onomatopoeia under your breath and laugh to yourself."
Oh my God, that's Paige. That's something Paige would do.
That is definitely something I would do. I'd be like,
Onomatopoeia.
what a funny word, onomatopoeia.
You know when you forget a memory and then you remember it, and it's truly so deeply cringe, and it just sends you into a full panic. Knowing that the 8th graders at my middle school knew me as the 6th grader who thought onomatopoeia was a funny word and would repeatedly say it and then laugh was so traumatizing to my freshman year self that I raised my hand, made up how to say bathroom in Spanish, and got the hell out of there. After collecting myself in the bathroom, I headed back to my Spanish classroom in defeat. At the exact moment I opened the double doors to the cafeteria, which I had to walk through in order to get back to my classroom, the generator that powered the electricity for my high school exploded.
Oh my God.
Like full-on fire flames exploded, and our entire school went pitch black, and the auto locks for the cafeteria doors clicked.
Oh my God.
Which, obviously, I had no idea what a generator even was, but what I did know was I was in a pitch black darkness on my first day of high school.
I would shit my pants.
What went through my mind, you ask? Active shooter lockdown. Out of complete fear for my life, I threw my backpack off and started running for my life through the cafeteria.
Oh my God.
That's so scary.
10 seconds through my full-on Olympic sprint, I hear a, "Hey!" I stop and turn. There's a girl reading at one of the cafe tables. "Stop running, you are literally fine." She looks me up and down and goes, in the most mocking voice, "Are you a freshman?"
I thought she was going to say onomatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia?
Wait, are you onomatopoeia, girl?
This is when I lost all cool and yelled, "No!" And I ran home. Seriously. Ran out the doors of the back of the school and went home.
That's also me.
Left my backpack in the cafeteria and I never saw it again. School ended up being canceled for the rest of the week, and I spent the rest of the week into the weekend traumatized by my first day of high school. But it's all fine. I'll live through my onomatopoeia moment, and only that one girl saw me freak out. I'll be fine. But no, I lost my backpack completely. That one girl was my brain going into tunnel vision, and that was actually, in reality, an entire study hall of kids who saw me losing it and spread that whole storyline like wildfire.
Oh God.
I quickly got the nickname Effie, standing for FFY, as in freshman freak out. Every time I saw that girl from
FFY, freshman freak out? That's FFO.
That's true.
just freshman freak out. Freak out.
Oh,
word.
like FFE.
Yeah, Effie. Every time I
Make it make sense, because I can't.
every time I saw that girl from the study hall in the hallway, she'd laugh and I would cringe, and I'd live with that memory
What a
the rest
bitch.
of high school. And the ends. Ta-da! Enjoy the story, sisters.
Oh my God, that's a really
First of all,
good story. But
you know what? Please write back with the name of that girl,
because Paige is
just so
gonna-
I can start.
all of the girls.
Oh shit! I thought that turned off. Oh.
Okay. Just
brava.
tell us what that girl's name is, so I can just low key just troll the shit
And
out
the
of her.
other girl, where do I know you from? Seriously. Oh my God, you're onomatopoeia girl. Also,
Wait,
I think that
no,
the
that-
listeners...
that
Also, I know we're thinking this. What is onomatopoeia?
It's a funny word. That's what our listener knows onomatopoeia as, and that's what I know.
we know.
Onomatopoeia is.
Onomatopoeia is when you see the word like crack. So it's like a word that describes a sound.
Like a
Or like whack.
Yeah. Like a written word that describes a sound. Like for fart.
what if it was like
That'd
Or
be like, or be like burr.
Or your perfect fart sound.
that was a perfect fart.
I also feel
R.I.P.
like,
That ex-boyfriend recently got married this past weekend.
congratulations. I don't remember his real name.
He did?
He got married this weekend. I
Aw.
saw his mommy y papi post on Facebook about it.
That's cute.
Yeah. Anyways.
Jade, clip that for TikTok.
I'm going on a date tomorrow with someone I've already gone on a date with. It sounds promising. Anyways, as depressing as this is, guys, I'm doing fucking fine. I just got a promotion at work, okay? So, like,
Cheers. Cheers to your promotion.
Cheer promotion. To
All right,
onomatopoeia girl.
thank you guys so much for listening. write in with your dating fart or poop. Sorry. Okay. Write in with your dating poop stories. I'm going to edit this in Cabo and I'm going to upload it in Cabo. So pray that we have good internet there. You can write into yourpoordad@gmail.com. Make sure you're following us on Instagram and TikTok at yourpoordadpod, and make sure to tell them their sister about this. And don't tell them that we had like a mishap this week, okay?
Because we're fucking human, and you guys are our sisters, and you get it.
And you get it.
And also,
that's all we need to say.
If you're one of the sisters that knows how to edit, please reach out to us. yourpoordad@gmail.com.
Yeah, and I'll pay you.
And or we'll love you.
And we'll love you too.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Bye.
Okay.